Greetings everyone. In this video I am starting a playthrough of Jade Empire, an action role-playing computer game from 2005. That's 20 years ago. Set in a fictional world inspired by Chinese mythology and popular Chinese novels, this game, in my view, prioritizes fun over strict adherence to technical accuracy or plot cohesion. So this should be interesting. You might be wondering why I'm diving into a game that's 20 years old. The answer is pretty straightforward. Modern computer games simply don't appeal to me. I'm not interested in the massive titles that require hundreds of gigabytes of storage and expensive hardware upgrades just for mediocre performance. Jade Empire, for example, occupies about 6.5 gigabytes, was designed to run on computers from 2 decades ago, allowing me to enjoy it without worrying about hardware requirements or compatibility. Well, we'll talk about compatibility. As a side note, I attempted to run a few older games under Windows 11 and encountered numerous issues. Surprisingly, they ran smoothly on Linux, requiring significantly less tweaking compared to what I was doing in the Windows environment. For this playthrough, I'm loading Jade Empire via Steam instead of the EA app via Lutris. I've had issues with that in the past. The choice also helps me avoid many of the issues related to the EA app itself, which they should never have replaced Origins with, and because it doesn't have identical function. I'm running on Fedora Linux with the KDE Plasma Desktop. I did have to make several tweaks similar to those I've used for other older games. Specifically, I modified the ini file to adjust graphics parameters, since older games often struggle to recognize modern graphics cards and their available resolutions. I basically changed the width, height, refresh rate settings, and then I disabled clamp FPS and enabled D3D adapter to get frame rates above 30. This was a console limitation imposed in some older games. This allowed me to achieve 60 frames per second, enhancing my gaming experience. Another trick, if using multiple monitors, is to turn them off or disconnect them, as they can also confuse many older games in that they see a graphics screen far wider than it should be because, for example, in Windows and basically in Linux, when you have 3 monitors, your screen may be 1080 in height, but it encompasses all 3 monitors in width. So yeah, another trick is just to shut off multiple monitors. Finally, in extreme cases, you will need to copy, well, at least I needed to copy a copy of the Steam DDL file into the game directory to get it to run. These are some hacks you can do to get games to run on Linux. None of them are very difficult, and as I said, I've had to do far more interesting and complicated hacks on Windows to get some of these old games to run. Once I made these adjustments and launched the game, I could reset the graphics settings through the game interface, so that was no longer an issue at that point. But it does bring up another point. Don't go into the configuration option when you launch Jade Empire. Go straight into the game. I think that's everything, so we can get going. By all means, feel free to skip the video introductions for BioWare and some of the other companies involved with this, but I do suggest you take the time to at least once watch the short video clip at the start of the game. I'll present it here. It will give you a good idea about what the game's about, what the ambience is like, what the look and feel should be like, so yeah, suggest you watch it.
This world is out of balance. spirits grow restless.
I am reborn again and again. I am the will of the Emperor. I am Death's hand.
Let's jump right into Jade Empire. The first thing to note is, again, as I said before, do not click on configuration options. We already addressed this by adjusting the UNI files. In my experience, the configuration options don't work well on Windows either. If the UNI file matches a valid display on your graphics card, the game will launch. Following the video clip, we'll start a new game which takes us directly into character creation screen. Jade Empire features what I would call a simplified character creation process. You can choose from 7 character avatars, 3 female, 4 male, whose appearances can't be customized. This is somewhat unusual for a game of this age, as many typically allow for some character customization. However, this approach speeds up character creation process. There are basically 4 predefined categories for characters: magical, strong, fast, and balanced. You can also select a picture and customize it instead of sticking with the defaults, which is what I do. I chose Monk Zing as my avatar, but will customize his attributes and abilities. The game has 3 main attributes: body, spirit, and mind. Briefly, body represents your health. Spirit is called Chi. It's the magical force used for casting spells for healing and enhancing attack powers. Mind or focus determines your stamina for actions like running or wielding magical weapons. Again, this is a simplified approach to character development. I'll allocate my 4 points, putting 2 into body and 2 into spirit, leaving mind unchanged. While I appreciate the quick character creation process, I wonder if this limitation will lead to cookie-cutter characters in future playthroughs, if there are future playthroughs. Next, we select fighting styles. We must begin with Heavenly Way, which is listed as a support style. I believe it works in conjunction with the other styles. I'm not sure yet. I will find out as I play the game. The remaining styles vary in speed and power. Faster attacks doing less damage, while slower attacks deliver more damage. I'm going with the White Demon style. It is the slowest but the most powerful option, since I despise prolonged boss fights, and this style reduces the number of hits required. Once again, the character creation options are quite limited. 1 force style and 1 that can be chosen from a restricted pool. I'm still not entirely clear on how Heavenly Way relates to the other styles, but I suppose I'll find out as I progress through the game. Now, with all that sorted, at this point we can give their character a unique name. You can let the game generate random names, which I did until I found one I liked, or you can just type one in. Either way, once that's finished, we can go ahead and dive into the Jade Empire. After character creation, we step into the game's opening location, Master Lee's school at a place called 2 Rivers. Right from the start, it appears to serve as a basic training ground to introduce core game mechanics.
I swear, one of these days I'll find a way around your guard.
I'm paired with another student, Jing Wu, in a training arena where we'll learn the basic fundamentals of combat.
Happily. I feel that I learn something every time I face you, even if it's only a new place to nurse a bruise, so long as you're certain you have time. Let us begin.
Moving around and interactions, so we have a brief conversation before we engage in a practice match. We have instructions on the screen, so you learn to strike using the left mouse button. Block with the space bar. Heal with using chi, the left shift. Okay, that's chi can you use to heal. For a power attack, right mouse button. And dodge by double tapping the direction keys A, L, and W. We have to do each of these things and once we do each one in order, we will then have to defeat Jingwu.
Did you see? Master Li was watching. He may not show it, but he clearly takes pride in watching his students practice. I learn something every time we meet, proving that loss sometimes is the best teacher. Thank the heavens the bruises are worth it.
Not a hard fight, especially with White Demon. One hit does it.
You are gracious as always. I regret that there won't be much time for such practice now that you've almost finished your training. Master Li told me to pass on that you should speak to him when you have the chance. He said you could take your time, so you need not rush. Master Li just went into his house. It's just over there, as always. You have some time to wander the school and talk with other students. Smiling Mountain likely has some of the younger students available if you want to spar. I shall leave you to it. Take care, my friend.
Once the fight concludes, additional conversations help contextualize our place at the school and within Master Li's teachings. We're encouraged to explore a bit before meeting Master Li. The exploration not only teaches us more about the game controls, but also provides background information through conversations with various students. We can engage in dialogue and spar with other students as well. There's also an NPC named Smiling Mountain, who has valuable information for skills for sale. Unfortunately, we don't have any money yet. The skills he offers increase one of our 3 core attributes by +3 while decreasing another one by -1. In fact, if you buy all 3 skills he's selling, you'll basically increase every attribute by 2. At this point, I'm assuming that any acquired skills may come with trade-offs concerning my attributes. At least this so far seems to indicate it. While related, these skills are different from combat styles. Styles provide additional abilities, whereas skills modify your existing attributes. After doing some more exploring and engaging in some more combat, including a 2-on-1 match, we head to Master Li's residence and we encounter a student named Gao the Lesser, who seems to be harbor some animosity towards me. His bad attitude contrasts sharply with that of the other students I've met so far, suggesting he may pose a problem later in the game.
Oh, you're finally here to talk to Master Li, are you? I certainly hope so. The old man is in there meditating, and he won't train me until he talks to you.
Once we finish our exploration, it's time to go in and talk to Master Li and get on with the plot line for this.
The senior student, Master Li's little lapdog, here to talk to me? My lucky, lucky day. Don't you have something more important to do? You don't want my answer to that question. Go talk to one of your sandal-licking friends and let them tell you I'm jealous. Try Lynn. She'll say anything to please you just to see your simpering little smile. Pathetic. Master Li wants to talk to you. Do me a favor and go talk to him. Then maybe I can actually receive some education at this school.
Once we enter Master Lee's dwelling, we will engage in conversation. I learn more about my backstory. I find out I was an orphan, basically adopted by Master Lee, and I am one of his best students. Hooray!
Ah, there you are, my student. I watched your bout against Jingwu with great pride. You have gained almost all you can from the practice arena. You are my best pupil, though you came to me an orphan. I have tried to prepare you for the responsibility your skills will bring. Have you given thought to your future?
The nature of responses I choose from, there is some form of moral system within the Jade Empire. I believe this is the open palm, closed fist philosophy I talked with Smiling Mountain about.
Your lessons are complete. Remember these basic skills and keep them at heart. But also remember the classes are not a true measure of ability. Always be ready to learn. I recall that, as a child, you fell and bruised your arm. I comforted you, saying that small pains are part of learning, but not every setback imparts wisdom. You must be careful. Sometimes all you learn in defeat is that you have been defeated. This world is out of balance. Spirits grow restless, and you have a role to play that I have kept secret.
Not a straightforward good versus evil system, more of a helping others versus self-centered sort of thing.
Those who announce their important destiny before they are ready tend to meet unfortunate ends. The wise only seek attention when capable of dealing with it. The people are scared. I do not have all the answers, but I know you will become very important to the fates of many. You will be called to face a great evil.
Master! Master Lee!
What is this interruption? This had better be important. There is much to say.
Master! Nijo came to warn me. He saw a boat from the outlook past the fields. Strange outlaws. They fired something at him, and Kiamin was injured.
Where is she now?
Still outside the village by the outlook. Nijo couldn't carry her. Please come, Master Lee. The bandits are not at the village yet, but they could arrive at any time.
We will have to continue our discussion later, my student. It appears we have more pressing matters.
After some philosophical ramblings from Master Lee, we learned that the world is out of balance, spirits are restless, and I will have some part in this. Something Master Lee has kept from me up until this point.
The time for practice is over. Go to Gujin, the weapon master, and get a weapon. You may soon be called to use it. On your way, make certain Dawnstar is aware of the danger. Her skills have always complemented yours, so take her with you.
Unfortunately, before gathering more information, we are interrupted by a student and learn that bandits are coming to attack the town of Two River. I am tasked with finding a student named Dawnstar. This is the second time I've heard that name.
Prepare yourself for a potential attack while I tend to my fallen student. I will return as soon as I can. We will continue our discussion when the threat is over.
I also need to find someone named Gujin, the weapon master, who will provide me with a weapon. After Master Lee departs and I am left on my own, I do get a brief note about triggering and using the map in the upper right corner, more of how the interface works.
Good. The time comes when you will know all you need to. For now, keep the basics at heart.
This is using the middle mouse button. And thus we end Act 1, and I am assuming that while I will continue to get hints, I will now be moving into the main game proper. And thus we come to the end of Act 1, Introduction to Jade Empire. We've learned a lot of the keyboard commands and mouse commands, and we've learned some of the backstory, we've learned some of our backstory, and now we're ready to venture out in the wide world. So it looks like we're going to be fighting bandits in town, and we'll see where that leads to. Also need to pick up Dawnstar. I've heard her name several times. She's another student, and we'll see where that goes. So until next time, please like, subscribe, comment,